Hey everyone, this is Phreak with an audio commentary for WCR.com. I guess it is really copyrighted, but anyway. So this is an audio of Orc vs. Undead, and I thought it was a pretty interesting game. I played it about 2 weeks ago or something. This was a clan match in Azeroth Clan League, www.azerothcl.com. Site's down at the time of this recording. Maybe it'll be up by the time you guys hear this. And it's a game that I'm playing against RS Boo. This is game 2. The first game was a very long one in Twisted Meadows, Nuddle versus Undead. I went for Imba, like Beastmaster and Panda Abuse, and it was really close. It was fun. Or it was Farlord Panda, which is like the strat that I've used for a while, and it's pretty good. It was a good game. You guys are never going to see it until Azeroth CL goes back up, so good game. Anyway, this is game 2, and Boo picks the map for Lost Temple. And now, I'm not sure how many of you actually play Clan League kind of things where you're doing a best of 3, but one of the cool things, actually one of the sort of important things to do, is to be able to pick a different race for maps. Every time I've had to play on Lost Temple against Undead, I've picked Orc. So far, I'm 1-1 doing that. So, I mean, it works sometimes and doesn't work other times. But anyway, I do Orc against Undead on Temple just because I'm sure you can fast expand, and they're going to know you're going to fast expand if you're Night Elf, and then they're just going to pretty much take you out with mass Gargs, which are really hard to beat on something like Temple. They can put up mass towers, and your solo Warden, or whatever it is, isn't going to do a whole lot to touch, 80 Gargs, nothing like the Panda would do. So when you don't get a Panda and it's a big map, or a good air map like Plunder or Temple, you're really just kind of screwed, and it's just a lot harder to win than playing maybe a race you're not quite as good at but has an advantage. Most Undeads agree that Orc has an advantage over Undead, and on something like Temple, it's an even better map for that, from what I hear. Also, Plunder's a good map for that because you can go air as Orc and whatnot. So if you play Elf normally and they pick Plunder or Temple, and they're Undead, go ahead and try Orc. It's pretty much your best bet. And so I'm gonna walk you through sort of what I'm trying to do in this game with my sort of limited Orc knowledge and what I'm trying to do. Let's go ahead and unpause this. So my point of view, pb.phreak. Elapsed time 15 seconds, 1x speed. Let's unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. So I'm doing the standard altar burrow build, which is pretty much what you always do as Orc. I mean, there's really no other build. There's no taverns. You're not gonna do sort of like Dark Ranger first or anything crazy like that. And so it's just that's just what you do. I mean, it's just a given. So with that in mind, I'm going to build up by racks, getting a pretty quick racks. It's I guess the building order is sequential. Altar, burrow, barracks. There's no sort of extra peon in the middle there. And so I'll be creeping with a Farseer and Grunts, picking up a TC second, and then adding in what I think is good to add in afterwards. So I'm just doing standard build, and I'm thinking, well, it's Lost Temple. I'm not sure if he's gonna go Ghouls or Fiends, but I'm prepared to go against either of those. And I mean, essentially, I'm just just sort of waiting to see what happens. I'm just doing my standard build. If he does go Ghouls, I'm gonna concentrate more on creeping up. Maybe fighting at tier 2 just before he has Frenzy, which might give me an advantage if I can get a level 3 hero by that time. If he goes Fiends, I'm gonna sort of try to fight him right when I get raids, because if he's not going Crypt Lord, I should have an advantage there. Again, leveling up the TC, getting some stronger spells and everything. And you're just gonna kind of see what happens in this game as I adapt to it. I'm actually gonna end up going Stomp with my TC as he goes Ghouls. Because if he does go after your TC, you can always stomp them and chain lightning them and focus them with grunts and everything. And it works out pretty well. So his hero combo is also a little bit unique. If you've seen all my audios, you would have seen this hero combo before. Anyway, it's just pretty interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to fast creep my expansion. That's what I'm actually going to plan on doing in the beginning. Is creeping out my expo and putting expansion there, and hopefully him not scouting it at all. I even have good luck positions for this, as he's cross-map, and you should have seen that just by your mini-map because of an observer being the host, meaning that you see the observer's point of view right when you load up the game. And there's some bad marker by me not pulling back the wolf in time, so it ends up getting killed by creeps. And again, I do the same thing. You get another wolf killed by creeps. But whatever, you know, I knock out the first creep. Now, one of the most important things you can do as Orc, summon your wolves beforehand. Summon them as soon as your hero comes out. I mean, if you don't, you're officially retarded. Because what that does is you know, you're going to summon wolves anyway, right? I mean, it's a given. You're going to summon wolves. So why don't you start doing that in the beginning? Because, you know, then your cooldown's going to be done once your wolves die, and you're already going to start your mana regen. You know, I mean, if I summon them right when I engage the creeps, you know, I'd have less mana right now. I'd have taken more damage than that grunt because I would have been able to resummon them later. I mean, you have to summon right when you come out, unless there's like a wisp right next to you. That's what you have to do. Now, anyway, I saw that his ghoul was scouting me, so I'm like, crap, I have to tech then. You know, so right, I'm just gonna send some ghouls or some wolves after that ghoul to deal some damage to it. I mean, you know, I'm just sending my first hero to pick up some, you know, healing salves for that grunt that's injured. You know, nothing special going on for me. I don't need my Farseer next to him. So, wake up the creeps, and I wake them up with the non-injured grunt, because I know that I'm gonna, you know, have to heal them up both right after anyway, letting my wolves chase the ghoul away so that it, you know, gets away from my expo. And, you know, I was trying to chase the ghoul away enough to the point where I could now send a peon in and build my expansion. Well, unfortunately, the ghoul turns around and I can't build the expo, so instead I just leave this peon up here on the ramp, so that hopefully he never notices it. So I'm still hitting the ghoul a little bit, and I could possibly go after them right now, but oh, here we go, here's a battle. So, unfortunately, right as I see what's going on, he gets a grunt surround. So that was good micro by him, and he got a grunt surround. So I'm going to do something similar and actually go after a ghoul. I'm going to do the best I can now not to get surrounded. Unfortunately, that's pretty much not going to work. I managed to chain lightning and kill a ghoul, and then I run the heck out of here. So 1 ghoul for 1 grunt. Okay, well now it's a ghoul for 2 grunts, and I'm like, crap. But now I'm like, look, his DK is hurt. I've got a partial surround on him. I can knock out this DK. I know I can. So I use the speed scroll and I start going after him. And I get sort of my Farseer in a pretty good position, and he's going to have to TP, because I would have gotten him. So, in this battle, I traded 2 grunts for a ghoul and a TP, and that works out pretty close to equal. He spends 470 gold, assuming he rebuilds, or he re-gets his TP. I spent 400 gold, and I guess 50, because of the speed scroll. So, costs pretty much equal. EXP does go in his favor, and also we killed a wolf, so even more EXP in his favor. But really, you know, whatever, I'm fine. I now go on to go creep my expansion, because I'm like, hey, you know what? You know, this is pretty good timing. You know, I'm getting some more grunts out, whatever. And you know, I just made him force a TP, so I know, you know, I can, you know, do some damage to him. His DK's not gonna have a bunch of HP for quite some time. And so, you know, again, I try to have my wolves tank. Now, I'm lucky in having my Farseer tank Troll Berserker, but I moved him back. I'm not really sure why. I probably shouldn't have. I should have let my Farseer tank the creeps a little bit more, because I mean, it's a piercing creep. By the time I'm done with the creep camp, I'd have, you know, all the hit points back, so I'd be fine. But I'm like, whatever, I can use a salve on some grunts, so whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna get a level 3 Farseer, and you can see I'm putting up the expo right now, and I'm getting the grunt extra HP and damage upgrade, and I'm sending out a little Wand of Illusion Scout. Now, I haven't scouted at all, mostly because I want as much wood as I can for when I start my tech and everything. And you saw I made sure that my grunt wasn't taking the creeps, and I immediately salved him, saving as much time as possible. If you're sure any specific unit is not going to get hit, hurry up and salve them, or, you know, regen scroll, whatever. So now I see he's got this DK coming around, and it does look like a real one. And so I'm like, okay, he's DK scouting me, and he sees that my altar is doing whatever. And he also doesn't see any tech buildings of mine, so he's maybe thinking, ooh, maybe he's, you know, putting up an expansion. But also, you know, all my wood's chopped down on the back of my base, and as you can see, I can put up bestiaries in the back. Anyway, seeing that he is going ghouls, I'm trying to go wyvern. Now right here, I see his base, and I see that he's getting tier 3 already. And also I see a slaughterhouse, which means I know that he's not expanded yet. I mean, he would have not had tier 3 started by now if he had expanded. Also, you saw the Wand of Illusion went up through his expansion to his base, that I would also know that there's creeps and everything. Now, yeah, and as I said earlier, he did notice that there were no tech buildings in front, and he assumed, well, I'm pretty sure he saw that there were tech buildings in back, and he figured that must be an expansion. Because, I mean, wood is the limiting reactor there, or limiting reactant. So there you go. Now, I see my TC, don't pick up any items, though I probably could have, maybe should have. And now I'm just looking around for creeps to kill. You know, I don't quite have enough units, I don't think, to creep out the red camp in the middle. And I'm just trying to creep out some camps. You know, they're just green that drops some pretty decent items, so here we go. Taking with the wolf as usual. And I can get this null brute before the wolf dies, so resummon the wolf, and Tome of Agility picked up on the Torn Chieftain. Because he's going to benefit the most from armor, because he has the most hit points, and, you know, he has the least armor as it is, so, I mean, that's going to even make a bigger difference. Goes with haste, really doesn't matter who picks it up. I mean, none of my heroes are really damage heroes, but, put it up on the TC, whatever. And check it out, some skeletons that I don't get any XP from. But now I'm like, you know what, I could probably creep the middle after all. I've got, wolves up, I've got, my TC able to tank. So what I do right now is I pretty much try to split up my army so that I've got different units hitting different medium armored units. So I've got, 2 grunts and a wolf going after the one poacher, and then a grunt, a wolf, and a hero going after, another poacher, and then the assassin got focused by a couple of grunts. So I've gotten rid of all, like, the easy kill units. And now I'm going to be moving on, getting rid of the level 1 creeps. So you can see I've got 2 grunts at the bottom, focusing on the level 1 creep, and the wolf and the grunt, my hero, focusing on the other one. And now I'm going to move on to the level 5 null overseers, because these guys take a long time to kill. I mean, they have 3 armor, and they have, 7.5 hit point per second regeneration, and 750 heal points in the first place. So I grab a Hellstone, and then I've got Endurance going on, and I can finish up the next creep. So that's, like, really good for me. Now, Undead usually will creep this right when they have Frenzy. It's a lot harder to creep it when you don't have Frenzy ghouls, so this is pretty much perfect timing for me. I managed to grab Potion of Greater Healing, so I've got a whole bunch of HP on my heroes. Basically sent out the wolves to scout. As he's got Black Citadel, he's getting statues. I only see 1 slaughterhouse right now, so I'm like, okay, I guess he's just, doing statue ghoul, whatever, nothing special. I'm gonna again summon up wolves. I see he has crept his expo, but there's no expo there yet, so I'm keeping in the back of my mind that he could expand at some point in time, but I'm okay for now. And his army is creeping just top right corner. Death Knight and Lich, 3-in-1, whatever. I don't even know what he's doing. I don't really care. I mean, I know he's going ghouls, and I'm scouting his base enough to know that he's not doing anything special. If I saw 2 slaughterhouses, I'd know, okay, destroyers. And I figure he's going to get Destros anyway because he's because he's undead versus orc. But I'm not saying that. But I don't think by any means he's going to get like 7 million of them. So you can see I've got my 2 beasts here now making wyvern because he's going ghoul and most likely going wyvern. So freaking destroyers. So I know I'm going to need wyvern eventually. So whatever. I pick up sappers because I see a good opportunity to go attack his base. Pick up 20 XP, level 3 Torn Chieftain. I've got good, levels 4 and 3, and I'm like, you know what? And mostly the reason for the sapper is because I had 48 food. I'm like, what am I gonna do else with, with the food I've got? So I bring in the sapper, and I'm gonna make sure he rallies in so that he gets the tower and the altar, and then I'm gonna focus the altar, because I pretty much saw that his altar was working, so I go instantly for it, and I'm just gonna do my best to knock out his altar. Unfortunately, his army comes in, and I have to chain wave him. So I kill 1 ghoul with a chain, or I guess chain and stomp, whatever, chain stomp. Use a sapper kill in Rubian Tower, which means both Ziggurat and the tower aspect, and kill a ghoul. I believe he had to TP in. I'm not sure. I don't remember if I think he just ran it. I think he was actually just running to his base. So whatever. I dealt some damage to his altar. Made his echoes go off of gold to repair it a little bit. And I probably should have actually just tried to go for the altar instead of his units. But still, I got to gain some EXP. My mana's gonna regenerate anyway, so that's fine. And I got a test to see what his army is, which was like, okay, yeah, it's standard stuff. I mean, he knew I was going grunts already. I knew he was going ghouls already, but I wanted to see if he was adding on anything really special. And I ended up seeing that nope, it's all normal. So right now I need burrows, and he comes to attack my base. So I'm like, crap, this sucks. So I come in with my 5 wyvern, and I have 1 attack upgrade on the wyvern because I'm already planning on doing that. And here we go. He's gonna try to focus my Great Hall. I'm gonna do my best to not let him kill it. So you can see he instantly novas, and oh, guess what? Destroyers. Who's surprised here? Not me. So he's using Carrion Swarm and everything, and I'm just focusing the statue / destroyer. I get 1 already, which is sweet. But he absorbs mana, and now he's got this Imba Destroyer. But Chain Lightning goes off, Stomp goes off. He summons that lame Skeleton Warrior crap, and I'm just like, ah, I'm in really bad shape. But I'm gonna continue focusing the destroyer because I know I have a lot of damage potential. And I'm doing pretty well. Unfortunately, Nova and Carrion is doing really well against my units, but I'm just gonna do what I can. But that Book of the Dead really is hurting me. Luckily I get to save that 1 wyvern. And again, I've just got ground army versus his ground army, and I just need more wyvern right now, really. So, more wyvern are gonna come out pretty soon. Really, I'm just sending them home for now, and he's still got his 1 Destro in there. And yeah, he's doing some damage. He's gonna kill 1 of my grunts. And that's kind of too bad, but, I'm just kind of trying to delay a little bit. I've got 4-3, which is pretty good. He's also got high levels as well, though. He's got 4-2-1. So, I mean, we've both got fairly equal heroes, and he's got 4-2-2, unfortunately. I'm just waiting for enough wyverns so that I can actually fight down that Destro, because he doesn't have a lot of good anti-air. I mean, he's got the Destroyer, he's got Nova, and that's all. So, I'm pretty much going to let him kill my Town Hall. I mean, there's no way I can save it at this point, so that's unfortunate. I've lost my expansion. At least I've, pulled 500 gold out of it, so it's not a total loss. I mean, it almost pulled equal except for the EXP he gained. And now I'm going to go fight again. So, unfortunately, he gets to use his Destroyer on my wolves. But I'm instantly going to go for his hero, and Stomp goes off, which does pretty well for me. Unfortunately, it does, should let him coil. and of course he does, so that's unfortunate. But you know, I've got a TC with a Hellstone, so I know he's gonna be fine. He's got great HP regen, as you can see, and I'm just trying to get some more freaking, you know, anti-air. I'm gonna get another Wyvern pretty soon, and he's killing my shop. Whatever. You know, I'm just trying to, you know, run into my base, do something. I pull into burrows because I realize that I still don't have, you know, much of an army. You know, he could nuke out my TC and whatnot. But here we go. I'm gonna try again. Attempt number 2. Try to hurt the Destro a little bit. Here we go. I see the Destro back there. Unfortunately, coils it. Nova goes off. That sucks. But I get a level 4 TC and a really bad stomp because of the delay. But here we go. Die, Destro. So I finally get rid of one of the destroyers after losing like 4 Wyvern or something. Going after DK, doing some damage to him, whatever. There we go. I get a good stomp. I'm gonna do the best I can. Trying to get a little bit more damage. Come on, Chain. And right as I get the mana, he's far enough away that I can't kill him. I'm like, oh, that sucks. But I get a destroyer. However, his DK is close by, giving aura to the destroyer. So, nothing there. Hurt him a little bit, hit him with the Wyvern, but can't quite chain him. If I had chained instead of just hit him, he would have died. So that's very unfortunate for me. I didn't realize my Wyvern were really that close. You know, I just tried, you know, mass focus go, but I didn't get to do anything. However, I see that his heroes are low. His Lich was going to be easily killed, but he TPs, so I'm like, darn. Now, if he had put a TP on his DK instead, I would have been able to kill it, but he had someone managed to get a TP on his Lich, and lucky for him, saves it. Essentially, you know, I focus a DK away, and that allowed me to mop up on his heroes. So quickly, go to the fountain. Always have, pretty much after a battle, that's the first thing you do, is you get to the fountain, because you know what? After he gets home, he's going to do the same thing. Whoever gets to the fountain first is going to win the next battle at the fountain, because if he comes in, you've got the fountain advantage, you've got the hit point advantage by having been at the fountain. And so he's coming in with a bunch of red units, and if you're quick, and you've got like speed throw, which I don't, you can go mop up. So I'm close to level 5 Farseer, and I didn't really see that at the time. I didn't really visualize that, oh dude, I'm really close to level 5. I just kind of see, okay, you know, I just knew he was level 4 from how many times I've heard the little level up thing, and you know, last time I got a hero spell, it was Chain Lightning. And I knew he wasn't level 2. But I creep up, and I'm like, sweet, level 5. I'm pretty sure I wasn't really visualizing him getting level 5 right then, but it was just a nice bonus. Anyway, I'm trying to expand. Of course, there's a ghoul right there, so I'm like, crap. Now, I still want to expand, so I'm going to try to chase down this ghoul with my heroes and everything. This is one of the cool things you can do. You can get into the gold mine, chop wood, get in the gold mine. Unfortunately, he's still going to knock out the peon, which is really kind of sucks for me. Whatever, I'm still going to kill this ghoul. Effing ghoul. Anyway, I re-put up my expansion now at the bottom, because I really need some resources. I sent in Wolf Scouts. I forget if I sent in a Wolf Scout to his expansion. I don't think I did, so I don't know if he has an expo yet. But he doesn't either way, so whatever. So I've got my level 5 hero, and I summon up Imbo Wolves, and I'm going to send them into his base to try to deal some damage to his echoes. Meanwhile, I've got a nice fleet of Wyvern, and pretty much no matter what he builds now, I can beat it, because I can use Stomp against Fiends, and Stomp owns Fiends. He's just got a bunch of Destros, and I'm like, oh crap, he's absorbing a bunch of mana. I'm getting the heck out of here. Right? Because, you know, I saw that he had those Destros eating mana, and then I screwed up with my heroes and managed to run them through my opponent's army. Why I did that? Well, it wasn't so much misclick as I right-clicked into my base, and they decided the best path would be frickin' the other way around. So that got my heroes owned, because my heroes are retarded. Good job, pathing. Anyway, I'm going to lose a grunt here because of pretty much Imba, Destro, plus Unholy Aura. I'm going to try to just steal the kill, but that's not going to happen with those Destros and Coil. But here we go, Wolves coming in, and really, they're not doing anything special. I'm focusing on freaking Ghoul, whatever. So I wasn't marking that at all, because I was worried about not getting my heroes killed by pathing. So, okay, I've got, you know, mana popped up on my Farseer, and I'm thinking he might go for my Expo, and I end up, no, I'm just going to run forward. So I don't really have a lot of direction right now, and that's a mistake right there. I should really be doing something other than kind of sitting around, so I am going up to defend my Great Hall, up in the right-hand side, because I figure maybe he's going to do that. But first, I'm going to go creep. Unfortunately, he's going to go for my Great Hall, and I'm going to run in there as fast as I can. I don't have a TP. I'm like, gosh darn it, stop killing my expansions. So I'm going to quickly go to repair it. And luckily he doesn't have any nukes, I can instantly kill the peons, so I'm just going to keep repairing as my army comes in. Now I know his Destros don't have any mana anymore, so I'm just going to come in there. I'm going to just own everything. So I'm going to run in there with the bat, with the Wyvern Focus Fire, and I'm just going to kill one of these Destros. I managed to kill one, and he misses a coil. My Great Hall's still alive because of repairing and whatnot, and I force him away because I have bats. And his Destros don't have any armor upgrades, which is sweet. I'm focusing down the Lich, focusing on DK, everything. He picks up some mana, so I'm like, oh, this is bad. But Okay, run away. Here we go. Nope. Endurance Aura time. Let's go. Bats instantly go off on the Destro. Unfortunately, I didn't kill the full mana one. I didn't really check that really quickly. But Stomp going off, doing nicely. Mass Focus Fire doing nicely as well. I switched targets, which is kind of a bad idea. But either way, you know, I'm really just killing his Destros off. And after this Destro, I'm going to have to run away. I have a whole lot of red hit point Windrunners. I used the bat on it, and now I have to run right now. Now, if I can get away in time, I'm going to save all my units. Fortunately, my TC is very low, so I'm going to have to use a potion on him. But I'm close to level 5, which is really sweet. I'm going to need to pull back my Wyvern really, really far. And now it's just hero focus time. So I'm going to go after his Dreadlord. Unfortunately, he does have mana on his hero. And right now, a little bit of a mistake, pulling in my Wyvern, getting them owned. I have a bunch of red heroes now. But, you know, he still got that weak Dreadlord. But hey, it's Batrider time. That was a mistake just using one Batrider on a Destro, because that wasn't going to kill anything. Unfortunately, he gets level 5, I don't know, doing something. But, yeah, puts a mana potion on his DK. And he's going to try to nuke out my Wyverns, so I'm going to pull them over the tree as fast as I can. Now I'm going to try to block off his Death Knight. Unfortunately, I'm going to screw that up, and I'm not going to get the block at all. He's also mass nuking my Tauren Chieftain. Screw you, stop killing my TC. So I'm going to pull up a mana potion, or a hit point potion on him. Also going to salve him up right here. Actually, I'm going to salve up my Wyvern as well, once I get around to it. I tried to block off his hero, but it did not happen. And here we go, I'm salving up some Wyvern. Should have salved the weaker one first, whatever. Salve up the Tauren Chieftain. And yeah, I've just got this one last red Wyvern in Bell. So I'm like, okay, well I've got to fight him off again. So Wyvern come flying in, here's going to come in. Right now I shouldn't be fighting with just the Wyvern though. I guess I'm kind of looking around for what he's doing. Yeah, he's killing my Expo, which sucks. I need to build some peons at my Expo. I'm forgetting to do that, which is really, I'm just making a lot of mistakes, unfortunately. Nova, which really weakens all my Wyvern, is bad. But here we go, I'm going to mass focus. I'm going to stomp right now. But unfortunately I missed the Death Knight barely. I was very close to getting the Death Knight, but I just missed it. Again, he uses that Destro stuff, eating up my wolves, and I can't do anything again. Here we go, finally stomps the Death Knight, and I managed to get a Wyvern kill, or a freaking Destro kill for it. Fortunately, he's still focusing my Wyvern, and I'm losing them all. So I'm going to use a Bat, continue to focus it. It's getting pretty low, but Coil. Bat again, going to continue to try to focus it. Stomp goes off, and I got to run out of here with my very weak TC. So, again, anytime you use Bats, you have to use them twice, 2 at the time, otherwise you are going to lose some. So I'm like, crap, my Farseer's low, I'm going to have to speed scroll again to get out. I didn't really check for his mana. He did have enough mana for a Coil and a Carrion Storm, but not enough for a Nova. So I didn't really need it, but I mean, it's 50 gold. It's better than risking losing your hero. So now I'm going to look out for another freaking... trying to find another Destro to kill. Still, nothing. I still find nothing. This is the second Great Hall he's killed. I still have like only 2 peons on my Expo at the right-hand side. Finally start building units there. And I'm like, okay, look. You know, I need some more anti-air. His hero combo is pretty much an anti-wyvern thing. So you got like 4 stones. No, I got 2 healing potions, but okay. You know, I'm like, I don't know. And here we go, 5-3-3 versus 5-5. I'm like, okay, hero levels are pretty equal in terms of, you know, good things there. I've got this Gosu base build on the right-hand side. He's killing my burrows. I'm like, that slot. Either way, I don't really need the food, so I'm fine. And I'm like, I really need an anti-hero, so I'm building raids. Getting 2 raiders and ensnare, because raiders take longer to build than ensnare, so you might as well, you know, get the most sort of time possible, you know, make it the most efficient. I've got plenty of wood, so I don't have any qualms about putting a couple of peons over there. And, yes, I've got my Great Hall bringing in some gold. I finally got quite a bit of gold coming out of there. And again, some Wolf Scouts going on. I don't check for the Expo, because I'm retarded. I'm not sure why I didn't check for the Expo, but I didn't. But I'm like, sweet, Destros, free kill. I didn't need to send the second bat in there, but I mean, darn it, I'm making sure he doesn't freaking save it, so whatever. Anyway, I've almost got a snare by this point. Right now I'm just focusing down on that Destroyer. I managed to stomp away the Death Knight, that's good. Continue to focus on the Destroyer. Destroyer's about to die. But instead I'm like, no, let's try to kill the DK, or the Lich, or whatever I'm doing. Anyway, another good stomp, and I finally kill that Destro off. So I've got 6 on my Farseer, which is like sweet. So guess what? Chain Lightning. Good game. Oh, luck. And I'm like, oh my god, I had that so hard. Freaking. Oh, we'll go after the Lich. Ensnare the DK, that was kind of retarded, and a really bad Carrion Swarm. Whatever, salve up the TC. And I really should have had that Dreadlord, that was lame. Would have helped so much. Oh well, I've got 2 bats now, and I'm really, at this point, I'm like, whatever, I'm massing raids, bats, and Wyvern. Just mass VCR units against mass Destros and heroes. Because he's got mass Destros and heroes, that's what he's got. He's got destroyers, and he's got heroes. So I'm getting anti-hero and I'm getting Anti-Destro, Bat Wyvern, and some raids. Now really all you need is 3 raiders. That's max. That's all you need. Right now I've got a third one coming out. That's all the raiders you need. I'm still mining gold out of the one expansion, but here comes the destroyer to go kill it, and I'm like, God darn it, go away. You freaking suck. But you know what? We're both now mining gold off of one expansion. I'm long distance mining with a grand total of 5 workers. I've got 3 in a burrow, which I should pull out, but I'm not really realizing that. And I get to freaking level 4 Lich, so he's like owning me. I'm like, whatever, you need to die. So he's got like these ghouls over here, which I'm gonna jack. It's near one of them. He's got these echoes which are trying to expand there. I'm like, screw you. Anyway, it's bat time. Kill the destroyer, please. There we go. Got rid of the destroyer. And now it's time for like go conclusive battle. Go. So like whatever. Ensnare on the Lich. Stomp on the Death Knight means I get to kill the Lich. So I'm like, sweet, I got rid of his Lich. Okay, here we go. You know, now I get a surround pretty much on his Death Knight. He devours the mana off, but stomp, go. And I'm hoping that I have another raider that I can kill his DK with. Unfortunately, I don't right now, but I do have Ensnare, chill, and kill the DK. I'm like, yes! We can kill his Death Knight. Alright, let's go. Stomp again on the Dreadlord. Get Ensnare on the Dreadlord. Come on, Ensnare. There we go. Ensnare on the Dreadlord, and I've killed all 3 heroes. And I'm like, I've just killed all your heroes. You suck. So I get 6 on the TC, and I'm like, okay, here we go. And I try to speed scroll to try to knock out one of his heroes. I try to get now Ensnare on this Obsidian statue, so I'm running in there trying to Ensnare, get the Ensnare off, and I'm like, okay, now I'm going to kill your statue. So I mean, anyone with you know, in their right mind would say, okay, well, I don't have any gold income, but I mean, you know, he doesn't have anything either, so I should be able to win, right? Wrong. You know, I'm long distance mining with, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 workers, and my expansion's getting raped by Destros. You know, I don't have any units. I have my 2 heroes and 2 raids, so I'm gonna try to come in and get those Destros off my expansion. I figure, you know what, I can kill you. Let's go. So, sending a wolf in to see if he has an expansion. Of course, by this point he actually does, and I'm cursing myself for not having seen it earlier. And of course he's got another slaughterhouse. He's getting an altar, and all this crap. So he's revving his heroes, and I'm getting rid of these lame echoes. He's focusing my raid because he's a slut. So I'm like, okay, whatever, you know. Killing some echoes and whatnot. And right now the observers are pretty much screaming, attack his base, attack his base, attack his base. Because I'm like, look, you know, he has nothing. Well, I'm retarded, which you will find out pretty soon. And I'm not going to do that for like 7 years, because again, I'm retarded. At least I'm mining some gold in. He's got this ghoul of imbalance over at my expansion, so I'm going to come in and try to kill that too. I'm going to turn around and go after this ghoul pretty soon. And you're going to see that I'm really just delaying. He's delaying time, and I'm playing into his hands by letting him revive his heroes. You know, because he has no heroes yet, right? But he's reviving his Lich and his DK. His Lich is out, his DK is coming back, and pretty soon his Dreadlord's coming back. And so he's going to have his heroes again. So whatever, I'm splitting up my raids and everything, making sure that I can kill this ghoul. And I pretty much guessed right in having some of my army go in each way, because this ghoul is coming back to where he was before. Ensnare, and this ghoul dies. I'm losing some more HP on the raider because I'm retarded. Whatever. Okay, so my ghouls are trying to kill some echoes, and I do manage to kill a few. But he's got these Destros back, and he's just got some more XP on his Lich. And I don't manage to kill really anything. So I'm like, okay, now I have to go kill his expansion. So I'm like, okay, I've got, you know, my 3 raiders and my TC and my Farseer. I'm gonna pick up a clarity, and I'm gonna go attack him. Because I'm like, well, this looks good to me, you know. Get the clarity, get a speed scroll, and just in case. And on we go. Well, really, what I should have realized at this point in time is that, look, who cares about those 5 acolytes? Who cares about that ghoul? If I kill his expansion, I win. Because, you know, he has no money. I can eventually long distance mine in camp. You know, if I can kill all his echoes in his gold mine, you know, I'll win the game. I need to go kill his expo right now. Because essentially what he did is he actually killed my gold income. I mean, my gold income sucked for a long time. I mean, he killed all the peons off of my expo. So he's actually got more gold than me at this point. Because he kept killing my expansions and knocking off the peons at, you know, my other expos. I mean, he was ahead of me. But anyway, I've researched pillage, which you can see. And I'm planning on just going and killing his forces. He's still got his level 4 Lich. His DK isn't out yet. Really, right now, I should just go attack him. I mean, look, yeah, he's got a couple of raids and a tower, but who cares? I mean, seriously. So I'm like, oh, I can't attack his base. He's got a spirit tower. Retard. Whatever. He's going to have this DK out. I'm going to, like, focus a crypt or something. I'm going to get some gold from it, which is cool. You can see I am earning quite a bit of money from killing this crypt, but, I mean, seriously, come on. So So whatever. Going after this crypt with some raids, sending out a Shadow Wolf scout to see if he's gonna come to flank me. I ensnare on a statue, and I'm like, well, I'm still in a good shape, you know. I need to ensnare this guard right here, though. That'd be useful. But anyway, now I see his full armies here, and I'm like, oh, this is not good, but whatever. Get us around on his Dreadlord, you know, mass around, mass damage. I've got too many raids, though. I've got like 5 raiders, which really I did not need to have. I had 5 raids, which is really dumb. But I'm still making bats, and I still have an income, so I'm like, well, I'm okay so far. I should be fine. I've got reincarnation, so my TC's okay. I'm gonna run over by the fountain a little bit, get some hit points. My Farseers, though, is like being retarded and freaking dying. I have no idea what my Farseer's doing. Oh, it's getting blocked by my TC. Okay. Luckily, I get it out of the way because of endurance. And I'm just running for my life. That's what I hate about pathing, is that when 2 units are at like equal speed, or like close to equal speed, they'll like randomly get in front of each other, and like one will stop, the other one will go in front, and like 5 seconds later, the one in front will stop, the other one will go in front. It keeps doing that for like 10 minutes, which means you can never get across the map if you have like Naga with boots of speed and a Demon Hunter, but you know, whatever. Anyway, pick up healing salve, heal up my Farseer, use the clarity. I've got 4 bats. I'm making more. I've got 5 bats now. 6 bats, and of course he's going for my expo. Big surprise. Whatever, I'm gonna go kill a bunch of destroyers. So I've got this one bat kind of dragging behind, and he's getting just this gold mine of EXP off of my expansion. I'm just slowly churning in, you know, a little bit of gold at a time. And it's Bat Rider time. And somehow I managed to freaking, like, not... Oh, here we go. Boom, boom. And kill the last distro. Kill the last distro. There we go. And I got a guard for it, so I'm like, sweet, level 7. Okay, someone IM'd me, cool. No, I'm not gonna play Gunbat right now. So here we go. I'm like, okay, sweet, I've got raiders. And so now I'm like, okay, well, if I kill this Death Knight right now, I win the game. I guarantee you I win the game if I kill the Death Knight. So I'm like, okay, I've got a raider surround, I've got Stomp now. Guess what, though? He's got freaking Carrion Swarm and Nova, and he's gonna rip the crap out of all my, like, units of crap. Fortunately, look what happens. I block off my TC. Freaking delay, and I blocked off my TC, so I can't kill his Death Knight. How retarded is that? Try to hit it a little bit more with some damage. Come on, Farseer, hit him sometimes. There we go, hit him again. Hit him again, and then I try to chain lightning, and guess what? Darkness. Good game. I got blocked by a statue. Blocked by a statue. Good game. And I'm never going to be able to freaking see his Death Knight enough to actually kill him. And so then that gets away by some insane, lame amount of luck, and I'm like, alright, whatever, I'm just getting out of here. And freaking delay plus getting blocked by raids. I made too many raids, and lost all my raids, and now I'm going to lose my Farseer because of freaking pathing. So it's like, hi, Carrion Swarm. There, oh, guess what? Stomp. Good game. Sorry, good try on the Carrion Swarm, though. And I managed to save my hero a little bit. Well, guess what? He's not going to go jack me. I don't have any salves. My Farseer's really low. Still got a TC with mana and Farseer with mana. But, I mean, who cares? So, I'm in bad shape. It's because I've got like 2 bats, he's got like this giant army, and 3 heroes, I've got 2, and he's got level 3 coil. And I'm like, crap. How did I manage to lose this game? Like, seriously. Pretty much the fight at his expo I could have won. I mean, it's a freaking Spirit Tower on a level 4 Lich. That would have been an easy fight. And that's one of the skills that I managed to screw up, is judging what they have versus what you have. You know, I had 3-4 raiders with pillage. He had a level 4 Lich. I had 2 level 6 heroes. I'm pretty sure I could have won that fight if I'd actually thought about it. I mean, Distros can't do that much damage. They do magic damage. Who cares? So, I managed to get 10 gold in before that ties, but who cares? Obsidian statue. And, yeah, so I'm just gonna go pretty much try to knock out his expo with my 2 heroes. And get killed. Of course, my TC is almost getting blocked by that statue, but, you know, here comes his army from behind. And I've lost this game. Because I didn't judge his army. I did not judge correctly what he had versus what I had, and was too afraid. So that's one of the things you can actually lose it by. You know, sometimes people lose the game because they're too aggressive. Well, I lost the game by not being aggressive enough. I try to Earthquake, then I get chased out, so this game is over. And I lose. So, yes, so I ended up losing the game by not being aggressive enough. So that's another weakness you can have if you you know, sometimes you overestimate your army. I underestimated it. I didn't realize 6/6 really means you can beat a level 4 Lich. So I'm retarded. Either way, this is a game where I lose. And good job, Boo, playing a good game, and despite losing his 3 heroes, managed to stay in there and killed me because I'm retarded, so whatever. Anyway, I didn't scout, I didn't send wolves into this correct expansion for a long time. I kept sending them to the 9 o'clock of Ace instead of, you know, the 12 o'clock Expo. So I screwed up scouting even though it was free, and lost me in the game. But also, even if you are, like, against, you know, something like this where you're getting out expanded, don't underestimate Destros, because they freaking own everything. Just, like, go kill his, like, expansion with, you know, your 2 heroes, or 3 heroes, and some Destros, and you'll be fine. And Carrion Swarm owns, so don't underestimate Carrion Swarm. So this will be the end of the commentary. Yes, I lost, I learned my lesson. If you think you can do it, do it, otherwise you might get screwed. Because I didn't even realize that I'd really lost so much money on expansions. Like, I thought I had them pegged for resources, when I really didn't. So, end of this game, I learned my lesson. Hopefully you'll learn something too. And don't make too many raids. 3 max. 3 max. Always 3 maximum. Always. Always. Always 3 maximum. Alright, so, end of this commentary. Laters.